Today I will be presenting to you the updates on what we have done on Philippine CERCOPIDAE. For the last 60 years, more than 60 years, there's no Filipino workers who works on Philippine CERCOPIDAE. So I think this, it was an opportunity for me to, it was an opportunity for me to work on such a very wonderful, it's a little bit of bias, because it's a very wonderful and very amazing group of insects, so the Philippine CERCOPIDAE. So let's start with, it's always a question, what is CERCOPIDAE? So let's have a quick review on what is CERCOPIDAE. So CERCOPIDAE is the largest superfamily of Cercopoidea. So before the classification, it has two subfamilies, the subfamily Cercopidae from the Old World and the subfamily Auchenorrhyncha from the New World. But after our work on molecular phylogeny of Cercopidae, we elevated the subfamily Auchenorrhyncha to family Auchenorrhynidae in the New World, and now the current classification for the Cercopidae sensu stricto has two subfamilies, the subfamily Cercopidae and the subfamily Cosmoscardiinae. So what are the other families belonging to a superfamily Cercopoidea? So it also includes, of course, the Afrophoridae, Epipygidae, Plastopteridae, and the Old World family Machaerotidae. So currently, the family Auchenorrhynidae is a pest in South America on pasture crops, sugarcane, and other crops in South America. And in the Old World, which are the family Cercopidae, they're attacking rice in the mainland Asia. And I think in South Africa, in African region or Afrotropical, they're also attacking some other crops like the rice as well. And in the Philippines, fortunately, they are still considered as bioindicators. So which means they're not attacking any economically important crops here in the Philippines. So in the Philippines, the first Cercopidae that has been described, or the first species of Cercopidae that has been recorded in the Philippines was the Humalostetus spectabilis, and was described in 1834 by Permister in. He is a non-Filipino expert working on the group at that time. So currently in the Philippines, we have two subfamilies, the subfamily Cercopidae and subfamily Cosmoscardiinae, and we have 5 tribes. We have currently 21 genera and 74 species. In terms of endemicity, 28.57% are endemic to the Philippines for the genera, and 87% are endemic to the Philippines, in terms of the species. So let us see as well on the trend of species description from 1834 to, that's 2024. To 2024, almost more than 100 years of studies on Philippine Cercopidae. So you can see the trend of the species description in the Philippines. And the highest was recorded in 1927. I think that was the work of Jacobi in 1927. He described around 11 species of Cercopidae. That's the highest for more than 100 years of Philippine Cercopidae research in the Philippines. And in 2018, I started working on, by the way, on Philippine CERCOPIDAE 2015 when Dr. Cheryl Yap introduced me on the group. So I started working on that. Then we started publishing on the new species of Philippine CERCOPIDAE in 2018. So that's the start, and that's the year where the first Filipino workers to study on Philippine Cercopidae. So the first publication, official publication of Philippine Cercopidae with Filipino workers. So who are the workers of the Philippine Cercopidae? So I take this opportunity to introduce to you when I was preparing the slides, I was joking around. It's like, oh, let me introduce to you the Fab Five. So yeah, yours truly, Dr. Cheryl Yap, and my amazing supervisors, Adeline Sullier and Eric Gilbert, and my brother in Cercopids, Maxime. So sorry for the pictures. I can't find any pictures from the internet. So what I have was one in the photo and some in the Google. So yeah, Eric is a little bit young here. So what we did for the last 10 years. So we did a field collections. So most of our collection was done in Luzon and Mindanao. Because it's, of course, I was studying here for my master's, so we had the chance to collect more from here in Luzon. And in Mindanao, I am from Mindanao, so I was able to collect as well from the neighboring provinces, and even in my province, in Mount Apo, the highest mountain in the Philippines. So we collected, then we did a morphological studies. So from the field collected specimen, all the possible characters that we could use in the morphological taxonomy, we describe all of those. So then we illustrated all the specimen, especially the genitalia, and we proceed as well with the molecular studies. So what we did with molecular studies, we collected fresh specimen from the field. So we did the DNA extraction, you know, the usual. The usual methods of doing the DNA extraction for molecular studies. So we did the amplification, and also the electrophoresis. Then, of course, we need to clean the contamination, remove the contamination on the DNA sequences. Then alignment, and also, of course, I wanted to say as well that our work on Philippine CERCOPIDAE, I think that was in 2021, that was the first that Philippine CERCOPIDAE has been used for molecular studies. So I think it's a pivotal moment for advancement of the Philippine CERCOPIDAE. So, of course, we deposited sequences from on gene bank. So that's also the first Philippine CERCOPIDAE that has been deposited in gene bank. Then, of course, we do the phylogenetic reconstruction using the partition finder, and we did the Bayesian inference and IQ3 for maximum likelihood of victory. Then, these are currently, sorry for the photos, it's not really clear, but these are the distribution points for the 6 genera that we have been working on for the last almost 10 years already. So, as you notice, we have more collected sites from Luzon and Mindanao. So I think it gives us the opportunity to explore more on Visayas, because Visayas also has a little bit of peculiar geological history. So for the taxonomic advancement, so this is the first publication that we did on Philippine CERCOPIDAE. So as I have mentioned, this is the first publication that we have Filipino workers on Philippine CERCOPIDAE. So we've also listed the host plants for the first time for the Philippine CERCOPIDAE. And for the next publication, this is the second published article 2 years after the first paper we did. So we work on one genus, the Muscarta, and the new genus that we have described, the Auchenorrhyncha, from the Philippines, and currently endemic to the Philippines. So this is an integrative taxonomy. So we did both morphological taxonomy, and also we did use molecular data to support the description of the new genus. And happy to share to you that our paper was just published last March 30. Our work on 2 new Philippine genera of CERCOPIDAE, the Phantagma and Benfiat. So currently they are endemic to the Philippines. And this is also an integrated taxonomy. We use both morphological evidences and molecular evidences to describe and to have more supports on our description of the 2 new genera. And also, thanks to the student of Dr. Soulier, Marilu Pourchère, she works on the, we have in CERCOPIDAE organized online, or in interactive expert 3, we have key to the genera of the Philippine Cercopidae, and also some, I think for now, since I think we have problem with the website, we have only the Poeciloterpa species as the key. And of course, the other species of Cercopids, we have also key there, especially from Madagascar. You can visit the expert, or if hopefully we were able to resolve the problem on the website. And then, during my PhD, I did the molecular phylogeny of Cercopidae. So this was published in 2023, last year. So this phylogeny includes several species of Philippine Cercopidae for the first time. So although the species that we use in our description of the new genus Auchenorrhyncha, we also included it, of course, in our molecular phylogeny. So first time that the Philippine Cercopidae has been DNA sequenced. So in here, this is the result. This is the Bayesian tree. The colored plates are the Cercopidae, Simsulato. But after our analysis, the Auchenorrhyncha are separated from the rest of the Cercopidae, and the group 1 as well is sister group to Afrophoridae and Epiphygidae. So that's the reason why we decided to elevate the family subfamily Auchenorrhyncha to family Auchenorrhynchidae. So the Philippine Cercopidae are found here in group 2 and group 3. So this is the Cercopidae. The group 2 and group 3 are the Cercopidae stricto. And the blue one is the subfamily Cercopinae, and the group 3 is the subfamily Cosmoscartinae. So a more natural group and monophyletic group of Cercopidae. So what's next with the Philippine Cercopidae research? So of course, Philippines has a peculiar geological history, and Philippines is they are in between the Huxley and Wallace line. So of course, the very idiosyncratic the species of the Philippine fauna is very just idiosyncratic, which means there are a lot of endemic species and very unique species only in the Philippines. So of course, we have more species to describe in the future, and actually we have still specimen from the Philippines that we are in line. So we're gonna work with Maxine and Dr. Sully. And aside from taxonomy, of course, since other species of Cercopidae or the counterpart family in South America, the Auchenorrhynchidae, they are already reported as pests. So I think it's also important for us to understand as well the ecology of the group. As although there are some people working, I think Yang is working on the ecology sometimes. I don't know if he's still active on working on ecology. Dr. Vinton working on the Cercopidae, and other groups, other people working on Cercopidae ecology. I think it's very important to understand as well the ecology, and because of the rate of the destruction of the environment or the natural habitat in the Philippines, at least in the Philippines, is very fast. So what will happen to them if the destruction of the environment will continue to prosper? So there are two things, of course, the extinction, which we don't want to happen, and also they become pests. So since the possibility of becoming pests is very possible, since in mainland Asia, the Calititics, genus Calititics are also already reported as pests of rice. So it's really possible that it would happen in the future. So how are we going to combat that, and how are we going, if that happens, how are we going to manage them? Of course, we need to understand the ecology of those insects. But yeah, the prerequisite, we need to understand first the taxonomy of Philippine Cercopidae. For the last, as I've shown you, for the last 100 years, only 13 species of Cercopidae has been described. But the good thing is, only for a span of less than 10 years, we have already described 13 species of Cercopidae and 3 new genera of Philippine Cercopidae. And so what we will do is, of course, host plant identification. For now, what we did with the host plant is we just the host plant association, where we found them consistently and the names, where the names are feeding. So we listed them as host plant of Philippine Cercopidae. And I think since with the advancement of science, especially in the molecular science, I think the development of NGS, which is I think very helpful for us to identify the host plant, which is already ingested by the Cercopidae. I think this is an opportunity for us working on the Cercopidae to explore if we could really detect, or if we could really sequence the host plant of Cercopidae from their gap. So another opportunity in the future to study. Then insect pathogen host plant interaction. As we all know, Cercopids are potential vector of some pathogens, especially the Xylella fastidiosa. For now, Xylella fastidiosa is the most common or the known pathogen that is transmitted by Cercopoidea, as they are the only the species of pathogen that can survive in the xylem. So I think that's another area or research area to be explored in the future, the insect pathogen host plant interaction. Then of course, the species distribution modeling. So later on, Dr. Silio will be presenting our initial result on species distribution modeling. But I think that's also important to explore in the future. What will happen to them? Because with the rate of the destruction of the environment, what will happen to them? Are they going to be gone forever, or in relation to, of course, the bioclimatic factors, their host plant, and the rainfall and temperatures. And yeah, and I think that's all for the updates of the Philippine Cercopidae. And if you have questions and clarifications, please feel free to ask your questions. Thank you so much.